the sounds you're making. Welcome everyone to the Puffcast.
Welcome to the Puffcast.
It's the sounds of the opening bong
Oh,
hit.
that's delicious.
Nothing like it.
No, some called pink goo.
Pink goo.
It's beautiful. Guys,
It's
hi.
beautiful.
I'm Puff Mama. For those of you who don't know, welcome to the Puffcast. As he said, and he is Johnny Rogers, the co-host. And we smoke bongs and interview comics tonight. So it's gonna be a good one tonight. I'm excited. I've got Alex Wood as our first guest on, and then we have Ian Fergus, and then we have Adrienne Fish. So
Nice stack show.
I don't know why I had to split second think before each name.
We got 3 watchers already. Darren Dumas saying blazing with you.
Oh, hey, Darren. Yeah, I'm gonna just rip this bong again before I'm gonna just start when I was.
Let's go. Hit it again. Darren said, "Hey, P Mama."
Okay, so I just want to start off by thanking everyone that reached out, and I've been struggling with keeping the stuff from the club in storage. I feel like a hoarder. It's like a weird episode of Hoarders, only it's all organized and labeled, and I have friends to help me take care of the stuff.
Yeah.
Is that a wicked burn on myself, though? I know. And so I am. Well, when the lockdown started last year, I was like, oh, it'll just be a few months. But we wanted to get a new club anyway, so we'll just throw this in storage. And then
Not thinking a year or so later.
a fucking year later.
Yeah, because I remember
It'd be a year
getting
in May when we
amps.
first got storage.
But I remember 420 last year getting so excited for 420 and having so many plans, and then it just was like not gonna happen.
Oh yeah, well,
And
all
now
of
it's
us,
a year
all the watchers
past.
for sure are like,
my
fuck,
God.
what do we do for 420? I smoked weed in my backyard because it was sunny out. Like, at least we got that. It was nippy, but it was nice.
Yeah, I guess at least we got that.
Whatever. It's kind of got anticlimactic though once commercial people took over 420. But so yeah, long story short, I miss my club and I miss those parties and I miss all the things we used to do. I miss everything, and I really thank everyone for. I know a lot of people don't have money, and a lot of people maybe didn't reach out because they just don't have it in them. I don't fucking have it in them myself some days.
Some days your energy is just drained.
Ask this guy. I'll just like curl up and watch science fiction, and he just like, I'm cool with just gonna like glance over, make sure she's breathing.
You all right?
I do watch science fiction, guys. Anyways, but yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody for helping out where they could, even just sending kind words. I got a lot of that. Like, I can't help but like, I just wanted to send you a personal message saying like, hang in there. It meant a lot to me because last week I was like so down, and then this week I'm like, okay, it's better. I don't feel like our situation has improved, but I feel like my community is still there.
There's people here for you.
And yeah, we're good. Anyways, and also, I don't know if somebody also followed the saga. So I put up a GoFundMe to try and help because I thought, everyone keeps saying do the GoFundMe because then people have options to pay. So it's not just an e-transfer. I was like, okay, that's especially a lot of people don't have money. Maybe they'd want to put $20 on their credit card. I don't know. Okay, fine, I'll do it. And they started taking donations. They had everything up there. There's nothing on the GoFundMe that said weed of any kind. I didn't hook it up to my website. I don't think there's a way to do that.
No.
Anyways, they took about $550 worth of donations, and then just suddenly sent an email saying, your GoFundraiser is violating some terms here, so nicked. And I'm just like, I didn't even have a password anymore. It's like, this doesn't match. So I couldn't even log in. Like, anyway. And I know I got the code right because my computer remembers it. And it only remembered like 2 days before. So I sent a series of emails. I screenshotted them and I put them on Facebook if anyone wants to read it. And it was about the weed. And it was very clear about, no, you can't be supporting anyone who's selling illicit this and that. I'm like, it's not. It's, I'd like to appeal that. And then they came back and said no. And then I was like, it's a comedy club. We do not sell any marijuana at all. No, I said cannabis. because they were saying marijuana, which is slang. Our government corrected that. So if you want to be playing with the big leagues there, go fund me. You should be using the right terms.
Pull up. Go fund me.
Just fucking pissed me off. Anyway, and then here's the other thing. So suddenly they send me money.
Yeah, they're
I
like,
got it late last night at like,
quietly
I don't know, 11 o'clock.
slipped you some money.
And I was like, oh, okay. So is our money good or not? Is
Yeah.
it good or not? Like, you
Like,
can't
what-
just take a part of it and then turn.
Yeah,
Or
and
why
then
don't you
try
have
to
a
be like,
fucking-
oh, here you go.
Approval process would be nice.
Bogus.
Just be like, no. Anyway, enough said. I'm done ranting about that. Because we're here to just be positive and to smoke weed and talk to comics and have fun and try and stay
Yeah.
connected online.
Also want to shout out in the comments. Sorry, we're checking. I'm checking the comments periodically. Obviously, we won't have time to get to every single comment, but this name right here, duh, Black Lives Do Matter to a fucking course is the name. Just blowing up the comment section. We see you. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching.
What is going on? Do I need to have a bong hit and just continue?
Yeah, it's in the wrong hand. I'm just giving a comment shout out.
All right, well, I'm going to just hit my bong here. It needs to be cleared anyway. It's the way it is. Because I was going to talk about something super important we want people watching.
What are you moving on to?
Anyway, it's my argument for why, of all of the amenities, we need comedy to come back first. And it's not just because people need it for like, oh, we need to laugh and we need to get out and everything. There's like pure science behind why it's super important that we get back laughter in the mainstream and with other people. There's science behind it. So I wrote a quick little thing. Okay, it's only 6 minutes. Okay, guys. Okay, so why we need it daily. First off, for our community, this one's important because laughter produces a wide range of chemicals in our body, great chemicals, lots of really good, fun, positive chemicals like adrenaline and endorphins and dopamine, and there's more. And all of those drugs come from within, can only be produced by laughter or excitement. There's lots of ways to get it, but laughter's a quick one. And I'm already getting dry. But these chemicals cure all kinds of things like pain and anxiety and depression and all of these things that so many of us are feeling right now and could really use it, And TV is good. There's some good TV shows. I watch comedy TV in between science fiction vendors. But
Give or take.
But why we need it live, though, is just because laughter itself is actually proven scientifically, through studies, to be contagious. And if you laugh, someone else will laugh. And I would do that in my club all the time. If I thought the room was dead, there'd be people like me, Sandra Battolini, that would just like plant louder laughter. We'd come in and make sure that like, hey guys, this is hilarious. Like, and for sure, everyone would start laughing again. And it was contagious, and they want that, so it's a good thing. It wasn't fake laughing. I would just make sure people really heard me when I laughed. I was like, that was good. Anyways, so but if that laughter being contagious, then suddenly all these drugs get amplified. So then there's even more. Plus, you have a sense of community. You can whatever. So I just think. And live music. I was going to say live music and only talk about comedy, but Darren, you fucking know we need live music back too. There's like something in, I need to be in a mosh pit. I need to be in a sweaty, stinky mosh pit. It smells like armpit and booze, sticky ground. I can't even imagine that right now. Like, I'm getting old. Anyways, I need it. But we need all kinds of live stuff like that because, of the contagion of like, anyway. Fuck, bring it back. Bring it back. Okay, well, we should just, I don't know. Oh, okay, so no, there's one more thing. There's one more thing I have to say. By the way, I've been writing a whole thing about laughter as medicine and why, we need it. an essay. Is that what they call that? I don't want to call it a blog because there's more.
You're writing an essay?
Just more science and links to it. It's not my opinion. This is it.
I have references.
But yeah, I got all this stuff from mostly from David Suzuki. Nature of Things has a special on science and laughter. It's really informative. It's good first start. And also there's this lady named Sophie Scott. She's a neurologist that does TED Talks, and she talks about the science behind laughter. And this is like a tip of the iceberg of what she talks about. So if you need to have like a good watch down a rabbit hole, look up Sophie Scott, neurologist, TED Talk. I should have put that window up too. Anyways, there was one point that she made, and it's a fact that it's impossible to laugh and cry at the same time. End of story. If you're crying and you change that to laughter, you can go back and forth, like have tears on your face and still actually start laughing, or go back, you can go, but at the exact same time, you can't do it. So I thought that was a really interesting point of all the points she makes for our people. It's like, well, that's the cure then. Fuck.
Just don't be laughing. You can't be crying.
Keep the laughter coming, and we can't cry, right?
That's like the drinking, like I can't get hungover if I just keep drinking.
Kind of, but it's healthy. Anyway,
I don't know.
Guys, I'm just saying, we really need it now. Thanks for supporting me, and thanks for supporting live comedy, even though it's not there. We're trying to do Zoom stuff, and it's
weird.
It's weird. Although one thing I did decide, I talked to Lexa Graham, who had made kind of a virtual underground that people can kind of go in and we can hang out. And cool. She like laid it out. I'm going to get her on soon and we're going to talk about it. But we're thinking of doing some shows in there. And the first one that would be, I figured, easy to do is our amateur comedy competition that we used to run at the club. Because, well, everyone's kind of amateur on Zoom now. You're only a year.
I mean, yeah, and it's
so
a
even
whole
if they're
new
pros,
territory. You're amateur in the sense that you're like in.
So at that point, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Who could come in that? What?
The name of our guest. Can you read that?
No, I don't have my eyes.
People will see it.
Okay. I love it. Well, that's not the name of our guest. Our name was just bring him on because I could just laugh about go on about this. Thank you guys. Anyways, Let's get laughing. Okay. First guest is Alex Wood. Alex has been a part of the underground for a long time too. Like a lot of the people that we've had on lately. And we're so happy that he's here. Graces his presence with his bedroom or living room. I'm joking.
How you doing, slut boy?
Hi, slut boy.
Yes, it is I, slut boy. I logged into an AA meeting and got immediately kicked out.
No doubt. You said it was anonymous. What does it matter? It's just between friends. Where's it gonna get out? How's it gonna get out?
I'm a comedian.
I swear to God, if any of you share this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the guy running the meeting was like, he's like, and now I'd like to welcome somebody I've never seen. And he started like sounding it out, and he was like, slut. And then bam, I'm kicked. I was like, what happened?
Oh my God.
That's great.
That's hilarious. Well, whatever. Well, do you use it for like internet sex? Like, do you use your Zoom for? Because that would be a good internet sex name. You get a lot of.
Are you doing cam shows? We're asking multiple streams of income.
I mean, I'm consuming.
You don't have to admit it.
Amount of cam shows, but I'm not really like participating.
You want to let them know that you're a slut boy. I get it.
Well, no, I don't. I did it as a joke for a poker game because I didn't know how hard it is to change.
You gotta like call them and like.
That was a year ago.
A year ago?
I logged into a couple auditions with it, and the auditions were like whatever. They kind of laughed it off, but yeah, the AA meeting, and then also some book promo stuff too.
That's amazing.
Oh my God. Well, book, that was on my list to talk about it. So there's a good intro into what one of the things I was going to bring up was you put out this great book at the beginning of the pandemic. Float like a butterfly, drink mint tea. I like it.
Whoa, look how professional you guys are. Bringing it up in another way.
Bringing it up. And here's the other thing is that I actually Googled it to see where, I could choose to where I could bring it up. And it's on Amazon too. I'm like, I'm not going to show that website. I'm going to show this link that people supported here.
Yes, that's the publisher's website.
Well, congrats on getting on Amazon. That's kind of cool.
We'll drop that in the comments of the YouTube as well.
Anyway.
But
I've watched you go through it, a lot of your stages, and I'm very proud of you.
Yes, thank you so much. I don't know. It's been fun, I guess, trying to promote a book from home across Canada.
Yeah, I'm sure we didn't expect that, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. It gave me something to do, because the final deadline was end of November 2020. So I had a lot to do last year, at least while I was sitting at home.
So you had that focus. That's good. That's good.
And I know you guys also, besides the book, you wanted to see Otis.
Hey.
Oh, there he is.
If you can see, he's looking up at me scornfully. He thinks I control the weather, so he's really mad at me today.
That's so funny.
Every time it's raining, I'll open the front door to take him on a walk, and he'll look up at me and just be like, "The fuck is this, bro? What are you doing?"
You did this
today. You decide today.
This isn't up to me, man. He does not believe me.
And you're like, "It's Doug Ford." I'm telling you.
That's so funny.
He's always voted NDP anyways,
Yeah.
He's orange, so it makes sense.
He's orange.
Oh, yeah. We had to fire Oscar off the podcast because he's just such an imp, just bouncing around, barking at us, jumping on us, running around, barking at me. I was like, fucking just chill. So now he's in the bedroom whining, sitting on my bed.
Yeah, he's telling the other dogs too that you guys are just holding him back from becoming a star. They're just jealous. That's why.
He's a puppy. He's a puppy. He'll learn it.
Yeah, he'll learn. He's too young. He's not ready yet.
He's a lot calmer though, just in the last 6 months alone. Just living here and going to the dog park. Because he wouldn't even go in the dog park when I first got him here. So we'd circle it every day. Then one day it was empty, so I just took him in. And he's like, "Oh, okay. It's not a fight ring. It's not a." I don't know what he saw in the streets when he was a puppy, but
the streets of Cuba.
He was not interested in the groupings of dogs.
Yeah.
So I think he was the runt. Got picked on by the pack.
Rescues overcoming their fears is the best thing in life.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Otis used to be so for kids. He loves dogs, and dogs love him. So I would take him to the dog park, and he would run up to just a giant Doberman or a huge pit bull and just just playing, but bite them in the face as soon as he saw them, and then run away and then start aggressively playing with them. Loved it. Then I'm walking him home, and a 4-year-old girl skipping, he's sheer terror. And I'm
loses it.
Oh yeah, if Otis was betting on a fight between 100-pound German Shepherd and a 4-year-old girl, he'd be like, "Don't do it, buddy. She's gonna fucking kill you, man. Rip you apart." It's like, no, man.
You heard her cry?
I don't know why he seems to think it, but yeah.
Oscar doesn't like kids either. He's kind of gotten over it because there's so many in the neighborhood. We just walk by them all the time. But at the beginning, he'd be like, "What the fuck?" And especially if they were boys, more scared of boys. And if they had some kind of stick, like a tennis racket or a hockey stick, Jesus Christ, he'll see him from on the long streetcar. I remember once there was a guy that had a hockey stick and he's just standing there and he had his fucking eye on him, and it was 2 doors down in the big long streetcar. It was just he's just 14-year-old kid with a hockey stick. It was last year. It was kind of cute.
I imagine though for a dog it'd be trippy to mostly see people's knees, and then the occasional look down from way up there, and then all of a sudden you make eye contact with a smaller version. You'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I was kind of assumed that they thought it was a dog walking on 2 legs or some sort of dog human hybrid.
No, they know.
You're what goes through their little minds though when they see a kid just what is this
thing? They know. think
It's like grabbing it by the face too.
Mars actually used to love babies because he was a pit bull. People like, and he was kind of ugly at first sight. And you get to know him, like he's actually a gorgeous dog, but he was just like when he got old. But I remember one time on the streetcar, I got on, and then I just was looking on my phone, and Mars was just sitting there like an old pit bull. And this lady got on with her buggy, and she was fine with the dog being there. But then I was on my phone, and all of a sudden I hear her go, and then I look, and Mars is like licking Cookie off of this baby's hands. It's just like pit bull face,
Oh my God.
stuffed inside the baby carriage, just licking the baby clean of messy. And she's just like, for a sec, she's like, that's cute, you know? And then we had this whole great discussion. Could have gone a different way though.
Yeah, he could have just ripped off the baby's hands.
That was what he wanted off babies, was they had food on their hands.
Yeah.
They liked it being cleaned.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never even considered that either. That's
Oh.
what. I
That
also
was Michael Vick's pit bull. Those baby hands are gone.
Depends on which pit bull.
they
Oh,
for sure
wow.
threw a baby into that dog fighting ring for a second. You know it.
Oh well.
Teased it. They teased it.
Let's see if you can hunt the most dangerous game of all, baby.
Jesus.
Well, it's good to rescue a dog. Maybe one day our dogs will meet. At least my dog's friendly. Mars hated other dogs, but babies were fine. But at least this one, he's super friendly.
You get an adorable shot of.
The best part of Underground is when the dog would go wild. Oh man, like when the dogs, sorry. Like if
There
you
were
like,
two of them, yes.
when you were like really busting up, they would like run into the showroom and start running around. That was the greatest. That's how you knew you were doing really well. And that was like the beauty of like Toronto comedy is like, you know, it's a weed room and you know you're killing if the dogs start sprinting around the tables and then you're like, wait, what?
Mars would do this thing.
So
If a
good.
comedian said something on the stage and people didn't laugh, he would bark from the back, like, guys, you're supposed to laugh. Like, and then he would not do that when people laughed. So it would be like, comedian says something, people laugh, and so Mars would be silent. Comedian say something, people don't laugh, the dog would bark, and it would just be like
It was like a Pavlov's dog where he was like getting trained to pick up beats almost.
And then people would laugh though sometimes at him barking. So maybe he did that on purpose.
Maybe.
I don't know. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's just trying to be like a supportive audience member.
Yeah.
The worst kind. You got this.
Laugh, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Oh
whatever.
my God.
Next club, we'll just maybe have Oscar trained to be cool as Mars. It'll be
Hopefully by then.
hopefully by then.
He'll be all
Anyway,
chilled out.
whatever. Anyways, so yeah, I was going to talk about your album too, that you guys just dropped with Rob Bevnick and Tamara Siobhan, called The Pandy. Just dropped that 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it would have. That's a great question. I should know for promo.
Johnny will tell us in a sec because he's on the thing.
I guess it came out like last week of March.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
recent.
5
yeah,
weeks
we
ago.
recorded.
You got Bandcamp.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. March 24th. March
Well,
24th.
I like the title, and I like that it's a three-way album. Tell us about it. I don't know.
Well, I was doing shows in my backyard last year because of that nasty cold that's going around. So then,
Nasty call.
and then, so I was like pretty like happy with like some of the material I was developing about COVID, and I kind of thought, like, well, I got to do something with this, and I don't want to like talk about COVID in 2022 when everyone's like, I don't want to hear about this anymore. Like, let's just please God.
Yeah.
Or when we need to hear it is now, while
Yeah.
it's going on. That was the beauty of live comedy, is like, you guys are talking about stuff that was going on now. I'm not hearing that. This is great though. This is all relevant to the present.
Well, and then I wanted to, you know, also I thought it was like a cool setup to like release an album that was recorded outside in a backyard.
Yeah.
So there it is.
I mean, like, you might as well, it's a pretty unique time, so you might as well capture a moment in said unique time.
So this was recorded before October's heavy lockdown. This was when we were allowed to do this stuff.
It was, yeah, it was like the timing was.
There was this gray area where some things and some things weren't.
Yeah, we recorded it right when, so the gathering limits.
Oh, I don't want to out you. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, so we did it. We did it in our living room just a few weeks ago, and we all fucked after. We did it in my backyard. I think it was like a week after the gathering limits went back down to 25. And then like 3 weeks later was like, yo, everything shut down, like everything. So we just got it in this like sweet spot.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to see that you guys put it together, and I'm going to give it a listen. So everyone, you know,
I dropped it in the chat too.
So give it a listen because it's relevant.
Hit that link.
And this guy's funny.
Yeah, Tamara and Bev are great too. So
yeah, they're hilarious as well.
Yeah, sorry, not to not big it up. I mean, yeah, it's what
Listen to the first half and then whatever.
Now
it's on the album
on my podcast.
Right when we were starting, these my neighbors, like kids, are outside like yelling, like right before we were about to start recording. Like, Matt O'Brien hosted for us, even though he's not on the album, to kind of like do warm-up spot. And I just hear these kids screaming, and I run over to their house because they're like 2 doors down. And I was like, hey kids, I'm wearing a mask, you know? I was like, hey kids, are your parents home? And they're like, yeah, they're in the backyard. And I was like, I'll order you a pizza if you keep it down. And then they were like, okay. And then I ran away. And then I didn't realize till later, like, oh, they just went up to their parents and said, a stranger in a mask just came and told us he'd buy it.
If we stayed quiet.
It's like literally Pizzagate. Words from Pizzagate, and then
I had to go through his gate to give him the pizza.
Did you buy them a pizza?
Well, they didn't shut the fuck up, so I didn't. The dad came by all like pissed off. Well, I mean, and he wasn't even pissed off that he was just pissed off. He's like, the nerve of you to ask us to keep it down. Well, so it was like, okay, fuck you, buddy. And then it felt like they intentionally riled the kids up or something because it got really loud. So then during my set, I just was like, all right. And I was like, hey, Santa's not real. And just started like cutting promos on not kid-friendly shit.
Oh my God.
And that was like my favorite part of the album. I didn't feel like we were entitled either. Like I was just asking guys like a neighborly, like friendly kind of thing, you know? And
hey, I'm doing this really cool thing. I'm recording an album. Like maybe if you framed it like that even, but he was just like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh no, we told him.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, and we were like, it's just gonna be like 45 minutes to an hour tops.
You're like, you can literally watch us on Just for Laughs. You're like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh my God.
And then he said, he was like, well, you know what? This was really funny. He's like, well, you know what? Maybe I would have been a little friendlier had we been invited to one of these shows all summer. And I was like,
oh, hey, so
hell,
there it is.
Friends hanging out, you know?
There it is. You always got to invite your neighbors. Always tell your neighbors.
Oh my God, he made it about himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, clearly at that point you assume this man had a troubling high school experience, like.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Although, you know what though, to someone gave me that advice to make sure every time you have a party is to tell your neighbors. And so anytime, like we ran a festival for 5 years and we made sure the landowner told all of the neighbors that's like, this is going to happen. If you want to come for free and enjoy it, like just you can, or if you have a problem with the noise, come talk to us. Don't call police.
No.
And sometimes if you just bake pies for certain people, like that guy's an asshole, and bake them a pie, or bring them some kind of basket of fruit.
Some kind of basket.
You'd be surprised these gestures ahead of time.
Yeah, well, I went to the neighbors on either side, like my two next door neighbors.
Yeah.
And did butter them up a little bit with all of that stuff. So I just figured like, well, who's
down?
Yeah, like I didn't want to go like down this like to every house on the street, but now I probably should have. I mean, obviously. And now for next summer, I'm just ready for a full-on rivalry if that's what they want.
Well, no, just offer an olive branch at the beginning. Just kind of like write them a note, and then put a nice fat, Tim Hortons card or something, ghetto, whatever that everyone would love, and just be like, listen, please come to the shows.
Coffee time.
That's it. Here's $20 at
coffee
place or something.
Look, Joey, I completely agree, and that's the best.
Or pizza. Should be pizza. Go buy them a Pizza Nova gift card.
Pizza.
Don't. That's garbage. That's insulting.
Exactly, they're garbage.
No, insult them. Don't buy them the expensive pizza. They're not getting like descendant pizza.
You know how far $20 of pizza gets you?
I'm gonna do the hat. I'm already locked into this Hatfield and McCoy situation.
Okay, it's just the pothead in me.
He's already planning like
no peace and love, no rivalry. Also, maybe I don't want you to get shut down. I've already built a
catapult to launch shit.
So maybe I want to come to a show and it will get shut down.
I mean, I don't want, but that's the thing is like this square coming to a show now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no.
We'll see.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if he showed up just like with a beer bong? He's like, let's get fucking ripped. I was like, oh,
yeah, you'd be surprised like how some people, I'm sorry, just having a bad year. Thanks for the gesture. So and then they just about face. Not everyone does that, but I've seen it.
But he's still like, can I come hang out with your friends?
Only because he did say you could have invited me to a show. Boom, there's your clue.
It's true. He was probably just the whole time like wounded about it.
I didn't get
maybe.
Yeah. I'm bored, nothing to do. I just got fired.
Probably tired of his kids too. He probably thinks they're loud.
Yeah,
you think I want these tricks inside?
I would have extorted more than a free pizza. I would have been like, I want a free pizza every week and see where that went. You haggle it down.
Yeah, you're right. I was that kind of kid too. I'd be like, yo, how about a pizza in 20, buddy?
Yeah.
Come talk to my dad. Let's haggle.
Or else I'm gonna tell them that you touched me.
Anyway.
Like, oh Jesus. Okay.
All right. We're digressing and we're kind of running over time. So, is there anything you wanted to talk about before we go? Is there anything you want to bitch about or big up, or your dog, or your dog?
Well, I'm trying to. I don't know if this person's watching, so I probably shouldn't specifically. I'm seeing this lady, and there's some issues, and I guess, primarily she's allergic to Otis, so I don't understand where this would be going long term. You know what I mean? And it's like a topic that keeps getting dodged, and I wonder if she thinks that it's going to be like, well, he'll get rid of the dog once, and that's not going to happen.
No. Show off Otis again.
Yeah, look at him. He perked up, but he's still mad at me. See, he turns away. He's like,
hi, Otis.
Like, why won't you let me go outside? Why would you make it so wet?
He does look like he's moping.
Yeah, he does look like he's judging you.
Well, she's a Shiba Inu too, so they hate the rain. Like they're like cats for that. Oh yeah.
Well, most dogs aren't a fan of it unless they're water dogs. So.
Mm-hmm. Which looks cute until you like. It's funny because it always looks cute when you see a dog jump into like a mud puddle, but then if you see the owners like, I hate you so fucking much.
Yeah, you track it all through the house.
Mars would walk around the puddles, like even when after it rained and there was like dry spots and the puddles were only this small, he'd still avoid that tiniest. Like he couldn't even get his feet wet. He hated it. Baby.
Yeah. He's like that too. He's
big nasty pit bull. Anyway, Oscar doesn't give a fuck. He'll romp in the mud. I let him. Oh well. All right. Well, we keep digressing. I had bong rips before we get started, and your dog's so cute. I keep talking about him. But thanks, Alex, for being a part of podcast, and keep strong and. Keep rocking on and doing comedy, and we'll listen to your album. And did I miss anything?
The book. Everybody go get
The book. Yes.
The book. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. I hope I see both of you guys real soon.
Yes, definitely.
You will.
Hopefully
It'll
in person.
happen. It'll
All
happen.
right, take care.
Take care, man.
There we go. Alex Wood.
Everybody.
Alex Wood. Comedy. There's another Alex Wood,
Great
a
comment.
golfer or something. So don't click on that, Alex Wood.
Don't go to that one. He's not funny.
He's not funny. He
You want this
golfs.
one.
If you like golfing, then if you like both, hit both. Fuck, I don't know what I'm
We
doing.
should bring our next guest.
Woo!
Coming on up.
Ian Fergus is coming on up. That's who's coming on up. He has been a big part of Underground, doing comedy for years and years at the club, making us laugh. This crazy, silly, impish acting. Called himself the alley cat of comedy. He's definitely an alley cat.
Can you hear us?
There's our alley cat. Hi, alley cat. Can you hear us?
Let's wait and see.
I can. Something is going on with my sound. I cannot hear.
Ooh,
We can hear you.
ooh. No?
Maybe he's got the sound going through.
Test,
the
test. Shit, piss, fuck,
microphone.
cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. Did you hear that? 7
Did
words.
you catch any of it?
George Carlin. Pasties from that bong hit.
Yeah,
All right.
man.
Well, that's Ian Fergus having tech problems.
Hey,
Welcome.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yay, we got it.
Welcome.
This is why Johnny does everything, because I would be even worse than you, dude. It's so embarrassing.
Well, I
When
do
I-
a podcast twice a week on Zoom, and I still have trouble with it.
There's still always some issues. Even for us, like just sometimes randomly, I'm like, oh, this doesn't work now because I don't know.
Oftentimes, it'll just like I'll have it set so my mic's not muted as soon as I come in, because I come in the podcast late sometimes and just have to be on.
Yeah.
But it'll be on. It'll be not muted for weeks at a time, and then one day it will just mute and fuck me over and make me look like a real jackass.
I'm getting shit sound from my webcam.
Well, I've noticed that Zoom. Do you guys use Zoom now?
Yes.
When you do it?
Yeah.
I've
Zoom.
noticed that sometimes there's runs for a couple weeks where it's just like clicking and it's shitty and it's not working. In the last couple weeks, we haven't had any issues too much on our end.
Been all right.
So maybe it was our fault and we just got better. Maybe it was their fault and just got
They've
better.
made it shittier until
Everybody's
the
on
podcast
Zoom
got better,
now.
maybe.
Watching through Zoom land.
You know what? A lot of people are watching this. Let's give them a little bit better connection.
Do you know what? To me, Zoom was always mushrooms. Zoom.
Zoomers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Zoom,
It's
Zoom.
funny how words change so.
And now,
quickly.
so every time I see Zoom on my
Zoom to me
screen,
was
I have
that
this like
show in the 90s.
private little giggle, like Zoom.
Zuma,
I think I should.
Have you guys done any psychedelics and done streaming?
No.
I microdosed
Oh,
last
you-
week before.
Oh yeah, you have.
Yeah, these gummies that I got from someone that were delicious. And long story short, I was a tester. And so I've been microdosing them on bad days. I'm like, I don't want to cry. Fuck this. So I eat
We microdose. What about
like-
you?
so tiny amount. It just makes the colors nice. And
Yeah.
people aren't cunts anymore. They're just need a hug, you know?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
I took mushrooms like a month ago and watched 5 hours of Vikings.
holy fuck.
It was
That'd be
It-
intense.
it amped me up. It made me very Nordic for a couple weeks afterwards.
You're walking around with a helmet.
Yeah. Well, I
God.
bought a 17-hour audiobook about Vikings after that. I'm like
Wow, cool.
10 hours in, but it's a lot. I
What's the book?
dove 2 feet in. It's the Great Courses Plus. It's not really a book. It's an audio. It says it's an audio book, but it's a lecture. It's like 17 hours of lectures by this
Oh, wow.
guy who's kind of a nerd, the dude, but Vikings are very cool. So
Don't laugh. I've been listening to a lot of stuff going on with ancient history and things like that this year. So on top of like a lot of science fiction, I've been also diving into like deep history, like Dan Carlin's hardcore history stuff. And there's this other one I was listening to called Fall of Civilizations, where they tackle a different civilization and just bring up why it fell. And I sort of feel that's like, oh, we're falling right now.
Well, history makes it seem not so bad. Because
exactly.
Corona's been shitty. It's like sucked to stay home for a year. But imagine if like once every 5 years, Vikings just came and fucked your shit up. Just like raped your town, stole your gold, killed your priests.
Yeah.
I mean, the priest thing, you're like, okay. But the gold and the wives, that's no good.
You start with the gold, though. But the gold.
Yeah, there's lots of atrocities in history, and that hardships.
Time.
How our country was built on hardships and stories. But it's true. So it's good, guys. What
terrifying truth.
Watch or read. Better read or listen to podcasts.
Or just every time you think Corona's bad, be at least Vikings aren't stealing all my shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Imagine
beating the fuck out of me.
Like wearing a mask to a grocery store sucks, but it would suck even more if every time you walked out of the grocery store, a Viking chopped you down with an axe and stole your shit.
Or you might have to bring a Viking with you so that, some Celt doesn't fucking get, I don't know.
Then you got to pay the Viking your gold, and you don't have a lot of gold.
Yeah, pay Viking.
Who has gold? I have no gold.
It would have been so hard to be a woman back there, or someone weak, or
Ben
someone
Shapiro
poor. Just saying, guys, there's perspective. We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Ladies used to fight with the Vikings. They were called the Shield Maidens, and they were bad bitches.
Imagine a lady Viking chop you down then.
Oh, yeah. And they did raping too. Yeah.
There were days when like that movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas where you just can't take it anymore and you just want to shoot up everyone. Jeez. I've had those days. I've never shot anybody up because I can control myself. Thank God I at least have access to weed and comedy and friends. Some people don't have that. So they, end up in angry places. But where was I going with this?
I don't know. You just told us you want to shoot people.
Yeah,
I do. No, okay. But there's times I think, where would that rage come in handy? And I thought, oh, for sure, if I was in danger.
If you were in,
or if I was in history, a Viking,
or
some shield maiden. Because me, on a bad day, man, I'd make a great fighter. Or on period day, woo!
I feel like it's
I'd be such a good fighter.
DNA.
Not day after period day. Not a good fighter on day after period day.
Rage really helps when you are born on a land without a lot of resources and you know that there's a rich land with a bunch of resources. Then rage really helps you because you get to go over and just take those resources away from the stupid Christians.
Nothing bad to say about it. He was like, oh, it's just how it goes.
We've never known food starvation like that. So we're doing okay, guys. We're doing okay. All right. So we're digressing so bad. And all I want to do is talk about two things before we go. Adrienne's coming on deck in a few minutes. Flicks with Dicks, your podcast.
Yes.
So that's been going on a while and you continued it right through.
How many dicks are there?
When they started it, I was like, that's cute.
So many.
But in the back of my mind, I'm not going to lie, Ian, I was like, oh, it'll be like 20, 30 episodes because how much dick is in movies? It's not that much. It's not that often. There's a lot of, how many episodes?
We're over 100 episodes. I have a list. We're like 80.
You've watched every one of these movies.
I was just working because I'm working.
So he does his podcast, guys.
85 episodes. 85 dicks.
These three guys will watch him, Jeremy Dogsky, and Daniel Sanker. They'll watch these movies with dicks in them and then review them. And you started to do a regular event at the club that included a breakfast with sausages. Mm-hmm. I just thought that was the best. And they were delicious, by the way. Yeah,
thank you.
Good cook. We had this beautiful breakfast, and I can't remember what movie they watched, but yeah, there was dick in it.
We watched, I forget what it's called, but it had Adam Scott in it, and Ali G was the second one. That was the pizza party, and I think that was one of the last stage shows at the Underground.
Damn.
And that was also, if I'm not mistaken, that was the trial.
Dude, it was
I was
the
on trial.
Lockdown. Oh my God! Because think about it, we were all like, "Is this legal?" Because it was the Sunday,
yeah,
and that was the day that they actually announced lockdown would be officially in effect.
Luckily,
night at midnight.
we only had 2 audience
I was
members.
like, no, we have till midnight. We're doing this event.
Pretty socially distanced.
Anyway, it was good. We watched Ali G. We ate breakfast sausages and pancakes, and then you guys reviewed it online. Is that episode I should listen to?
Dobsky posted a clip from it recently. It was actually a really funny episode because we were berating Dobsky because he thought he was a bald 10. I think you even make an appearance at one point.
Oh my God. I don't know. I just remember I was helping at the front for a while, and then I came back because I was like, I want to eat. Just sat down and ate that beautiful breakfast and watched part of the movie.
Well, someday we'll have more events because actually we all have a purpose in the podcast, and my whole job was live events, and I haven't been able to do my job for a year.
Okay,
so I've just been chilling.
Because now that you've already watched so many of them, and every movie that I've suggested to you or Jeremy outside of that, you're like, done it. Oh, done it. I'm like, oh God, okay, fine. Probably to Jeremy, I've suggested more movies. And long story short, we should do a bunch of your favorites, classics, and re-bring back as a live event a Flicks with Dicks, like, you know.
You should do Flicks with Dicks foreign version.
I would rather watch Monty Python
foreign
or
films.
You guys
cracked in.
You guys did Monty Python, and that was one I messaged Jeremy on Christmas Day because I was watching it. And then there's that one scene where he just like, whoa, and it was hilarious, and you don't expect it. It was beautiful. Long story short, it needs to come back. I think that would.
I've been working on some like quizzes.
The Ali G one was
based
funny.
on everything. This week I've gone through and looked up every screenshot of a dick that we've seen in a movie. So just this week alone, I've already gone through about 80 dicks. I got 5 more left.
Christ. All right, well, you keep trucking, buddy.
But can I say one thing while we're on Flicks with Dicks? I want to promote another fellow comedian. Danny Chan. I got him to make me some artwork for the podcast.
Oh, put it up. Oh, cool.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Everyone get it, Danny Chan. Danny Chan the man. Dan Chan the man on Instagram.
Post that pic maybe somehow. He's gonna. Johnny's all like nerdy on it. Okay, we're running out of time. I know that Adrienne's on deck, but I want to just bring up one quick thing. Sorry, Adrienne, you might be able to hear me, but we're stoned. And talking about dicks. So, okay. The strip shows. I just want to bring up the strip shows we used to do. That was we bring it up often in the podcast. It's a fun fucking show. And originally it was a show that Boyd Banks did with Bobby Knuff in support of Joanna Downey. And then when the fundraising for that had ended, I'm like, Boyd, can we still do the shows? Because that was a brilliant fucking show. And then we just kept doing them. And Ian was one of our regulars. And I
think I got 5 in.
I don't know, whatever.
But
it's hard to find comics who were A, funny, and B, willing to show their dicks to a bunch of ladies. And we would like throw Monopoly money at them and like make it all cheesy. So
I've picked my next song for when it comes back.
Oh my God.
I already know.
I can't even imagine that right now. You guys would walk around with no shoes. Ew. Like
Hotel Crazy by Robbie Williams.
Oh my God, you're hilarious. All right. Well, one day it'll be a million years. Everyone's going to be wanting to doing mask routines. That'll be hilarious. At least one mask routine where the only is the mask left. Anyway.
There it is.
There it is.
There we go.
We could do it outside.
I was just showing off Dan Chan the man.
Because if you just went down to a thong bathing suit.
No, I could show my dick. It's just I can't get near people.
No, but you could do it in full, like, backyard outdoor shows if there was just bathing suit involved. Anyway,
We could go to the nude
I
beach
want my
and do it.
goddamn club back. Okay, we're digressing again.
Anyways, thanks for having me. I love you.
Podcast. Thank you, Ian.
Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks
Hope to see you in person soon.
Yeah.
Yes, always being part of things, and here's to the future. Mwah.
Mwah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Peace.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
That's Ian Fergus, everybody.
Okay, how many times did I say the word digress in the podcast? Just thought of that as I said that. I was like, I think I said this like 4 times.
But I digress.
But I digress.
And there we go, digressing again.
We're not going to do that anymore.
All right. Yeah, our next guest.
Our next guest, we love this wonderful comedian, big part of the underground for a long time as well. Please, hello, Adrienne Fish. Here she is.
Hey,
how's it going?
Oh man, you guys have no idea the technical difficulty I had in signing into this, but I made
good.
No.
I'm glad we're late then.
No, okay. I wasn't sure if you guys were late or if you guys weren't seeing me. So I'm I'm not at my home computer, and so that was confusing for me.
I kept digressing with Ian.
we're diving off topic too much.
That's the last time I'm gonna say that word. Hi, how are you?
Hey, friendsies, I'm really good. How you guys doing? It's nice to see you guys.
Doing all right. Holding up in this apartment and waiting out the pandemic. Just waiting.
Yeah, I know.
Look, we dressed the back wall with stuff from the underground.
It looks dope. I was gonna say it looks like a bit of the underground on the back wall there.
That was what I wanted. I'm like, I'm not dead. It's just it'll be back.
So I miss you guys so much. I was so stoked to come and hang out with you tonight. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I miss you guys. I miss that whole vibe, man. Jesus.
I never thought in my entire life that I would be ever even engaging with people, and let alone craving it, looking forward to it and being stoked to be like, I get to talk.
It's so funny. It's so true. Yeah, man. I feel like everyone was like, I hate people. And everyone's like, I love people.
I still hate a lot of people. And now I can kind of choose. Yeah, here's the link and here's it.
It also gives introverts an excuse now. You can be like, no, I don't want to hang out, COVID or whatever.
Totally. You know what's interesting for me is that like I'm generally an extroverted person.
Oh yeah.
But what I've noticed actually is that I'm really enjoying the introversion that this time has forced me in, because I've never really explored the relationship with myself until now. And like I'm like, whoa. This is really cool. I dig myself. Cool. I didn't know who I am. It's a cool experience.
Yeah, it definitely gave a lot of people that time to really get to know yourself, because you can't do anything.
Totally. I went through a breakup at the beginning of this. So like I'm usually in relationships. I tend to be like, I'm a 2-year and then a 4-year and 8-year. I'm always in them. So now that I'm not only not in a relationship with someone, but also like very much solo time, and it's to be honest, it's a blessing. It's what I've needed for so long, and I've known that. So it's kind of cool that the time has forced me into this.
Nice.
I feel blessed.
Well, good. You took that advantage.
Yeah. It feels nice. Feels good.
I feel like the first half of the pandemic was all me panicking, and then finally, when we scored this apartment, then suddenly it's all right. Like. He's the best roommate I ever had. He just,
that's so sweet.
I never see him except once in a while. We share the odd meal. It's all right. We got this awesome patio that's got a good sunset view every night. It's been a good healing spot.
Sweet.
Really, really, really quiet. The neighbors are super quiet. Nice. Everyone's nice in the building, and there's a nice dog park that Oscar goes to every day.
Sweet.
So it's but now I'm starting to feel like a rabbit in a cage a bit. I'm like, I want to get out. I mean, it's nice and all in here. I'll just go out and come back to it. So sometimes I find myself just running to the metro across the street because I need one thing, and I'm just what you shouldn't be doing in a pandemic.
No, you gotta take care of yourself.
Well, I need this one thing, and
the rules are arbitrary at this point, though. They keep going back and forth and changing. And honestly, yeah, mental health should be taken into account. So if you got to get out of your place and go do a couple things, I'm all for it.
One thing that makes me confident is that I get myself tested every few weeks down the street. I just walked in and told them that I was working at a long-term care facility, and they don't ask for paperwork. They were like, "Yeah, go on in." They're like, "Okay," and then I have to pay for it.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
So I would rather just know I'm clean and then do what I want, and then I don't feel bad about all the cooking that I do. I can go to the store to get one thing because I know I'm not spreading.
Makes sense. I feel
Anyway, it's a weird kind of logic, but it was like, okay, it's a way to kind of stay.
Yeah.
You know, until I figure out what's going on myself. Like, fuck.
totally.
First 6 months, all I could think of was like, how do I preserve the club? Like, how do I just like rather than close it and like let it all go to the landfill? You know, I wanted to just keep it alive. So then now it's all like, what's the science actually? It's been a year and I should have happened by now. But if I ignored it for 6 months, they would have figured it out.
Can I ask what's happening with the club right now?
Well, most of the stuff ended up, you know, either going to trash or given away. And then we put a bunch of the cool stuff in storage. So like the giant wooden counter from the front room and those big 4-seater tables that everybody hated. But me and Chelsea like painstakingly like did collage work on for like days and days and days, not letting that go.
Nice.
A bunch of stuff like that. So way more than that, like a lot of the tchotchkes, all the clocks on the walls, like a lot of the artwork, and then all the stuff that couldn't go in storage because I was worried, like the records, you know, here they are in, you know, to keep in pristine condition and not get ruined by storage. But there's you know, I could probably get rid of half the stuff that's in storage, maybe, and just keep a few things. People would still forgive me.
And what are you thinking when things start to open up again? Are you thinking maybe you'd be able to start something up again?
Well, my idea is to kind of have like a front room. Like if you imagine, say, obviously more like comedy bar, but not 2 rooms. Okay. Maybe shaped more like horseshoe, but without all the stupid poles in the middle of the room. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
But have some kind of restaurant that serves it. And so that the restaurant, you know, people could come and just get takeout and come and go and just get food that we make. There it is, right at the front. And then the back room would still be comedy, kind of how Underground had a layout, but more with kitchen in the front.
Interesting.
And then serve food, not let anyone bring fucking pizza into my goddamn fucking place ever again. No, eat my goddamn food or eat that garbage in the street, motherfuckers.
That's a great idea. I had no idea that was what was in the workings for that, but that makes me happy to hear that. I'm
a good cook, and there's no reason I don't have to go to chef school to make good food for people and fucking sell it. Just saying. I did a whole during Patty's week. I went for a month, but I was selling shepherd's pie dinners to people online, just like dinners for 1 or 2, and I made a vegan one, and like I sold a whole bunch and just delivered them out, and I got some good props on the vegan one, which was really happy.
Cool.
So I'll just do that in little benders, and like there's my one menu item that, you know, you can always get shepherd's pie or apple crisp or some things that are easy to serve there and then, and all the prep is ahead of time.
That's awesome.
So that stoners could have a good menu and won't give a shit if we microwaved it to make it nice and hot. Obviously, I'm going to need French fryer, and I think a slushy machine would go down well.
And I think you should have hot pretzel.
And then have fussy on what the comedy is in my room, because now we have food to make things, you know, pay for things. So now I don't have to have every stupid little show. Sorry if some people watching might have had a show that didn't do so well.
Oh my God.
Did pretty good. I think actually we had pretty good high success rate compared
100%.
to others.
I mean, Underground was my favorite place to perform because I feel like your audience was real and genuine. And so you know, you couldn't be performative on a lot of like yuck stages or like the big clubber stages. You can kind of get away with being like, you know, but the underground was like, you have to come as yourself and you have to tell stories and it can't be too polished. And, you know, it's kind of like it forced me for, you know, as someone who can sometimes get in the caught of being performative to like really connect with myself. And I always had my favorite sets at your club. So I'm happy to hear that that's still in the workings coming up.
I can't, what else am I going to do? Go back? Can't go back to waitress even. All those jobs are going to be clamored at. I have no experience in a very long time. And I don't have any education. I have arts. I went to art college. You know, what am I going to go into art history again? Ooh, no, I'd rather run a comedy club.
Yeah.
I ain't dead yet. It'll just be a bit different. More food, better, more choice comedy. You know, I won't have any open mics, for example.
Hey, every venue's closed.
Hi. Why wouldn't you have an open mic?
Pro open mic, maybe like what Jeff did. A pro open mic. But we ran a few different kinds of open mics, or just like ragtag shows, just shows even that I, you know, had invented and sort of ran. You know, they did all right, but I just want like really, anyway. I'll take anything at the beginning though. Fuck.
I feel you.
You'll always be welcome, Adrienne. You know,
amazing. Thank
you. You had a good way of like understanding how stoners have that delayed reaction of like when you have to deliver something, and then when they receive it, try and process what you just said in context of what's going on, and then produce the laughter. And you deliver a joke and sometimes just like, wait, 1, 2, 3, because I could see certain comics knew how to do that. And just to like go with the rhythm. I don't know. It's probably because you smoke weed too, but
it is a thing. Like I feel like if you perform in a weed room, it's kind of like you have to be a little bit high, but it's a bit of a like it's a bit of a line, right?
I think though
too high.
I think though that still transgresses, like when I've seen you do, I haven't seen you do full sets like at, you know, the big festivals, but I've seen clips of you on big stage. And I can remember thinking like that was exactly you, but like it was like a different stuff around you, but it didn't alter you.
She was like,
that's so nice.
You don't need specific people to make your jokes work, but you need a flow from the audience to sort of get, you know, I don't know. I remember that clearly though, because there was the image of like your hair and like, hey, you do that in my place. Unchanged, like no face, there was no nervousness. Anyway, you might have been nervous, but we didn't see it.
Well, that means a lot to me. I
We'll
hope
be all back, baby. One day it'll be back with a vengeance.
Yeah, I hope so. That means a lot to me. Thanks, man.
Do you find that scary? Maybe apprehensive that everyone's gonna be so hungry and clamoring? No.
Nah, we're fine.
Thank yous you're gonna get after your first show that you do. Oh, thank you. Dude, fucking thank you. I really needed that. Thank you. You just saved my life tonight.
Wait. What was your other question? You asked me if you felt like I thought that when things get back underway, what? If people will be.
Are you going to be apprehensive about like the amount of clamoring that's going to happen?
Clamoring? What do you mean?
Like people coming at you for like, because you're making people laugh, which is okay. You missed the beginning of the podcast where I was saying comedians like. Right now, we really need comedians to make people laugh. We're suffering from horrible depression and anxiety and pain and suffering. And comedy is the one cure that can happen like in seconds. There's no wait time. You can just get it. Anyway, so I just know that when the first lockdown happened and comedians were not allowed to do comedy and we weren't allowed to watch shows. And then when they pulled it back for the summer, like people were really thankful and extra, like, you know, you never see comedians get thanked that way.
Totally.
Like past like how people.
So are you asking would you be apprehensive like because COVID?
No. Like the amount of attention. Like
yeah, you mean like people come up to you and you're like,
whoa, holy shit, I'm just trying to I'm overwhelmed too. Like please don't.
If they want a photo, do you keep the mask
Guys,
on?
okay, all I'm saying is that watchers don't overwhelm the comics. Be chill. Be like, yo, that was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'd welcome all the attention.
Roundabout.
I miss people. I'm a people person. So bring it on.
Well, you're gonna get clamored.
You like jump into
Be
that.
like,
That would be delightful. I'm
thank
single,
you,
so
a
clamor.
bukkake of thank you.
Yeah, like
Is
clamor.
it bukkake thank yous? Thank you, thank you,
What?
thank you, thank
A
you.
big
Coming
thank you.
from like all sides. You're just gonna get
I've never heard
splattered
that.
with thanks.
Oh my
I'm
god.
in.
I'm so high.
Me too. I actually gotta
Okay.
get going because I'm not on my own. I'm not on my own place right now, and I said I would get off their computer because I'm using their shit. But this was so nice hanging out with you guys and talking with you guys, and I'm sorry that I have to go. I would love
No, I want to just talk about your album before you go. Then
I would
you-
love that.
So that you could do 1 minute if you want.
Right,
We don't have to
right.
do a 20-minute talking your album. But you dropped an album
Yeah.
called Adrienne for Mayor. And I love okay, we actually found this article online because it had a way bigger picture than the Spotify. And I was like, I love that picture.
Me
Pause
too.
it, show people the picture, pause. It's just great. You're just like, yeah, that's the mayor I think that we should be voting for, you know.
Sweatpants. I have to wear sweatpants. It's my stage costume. My stage
I love
outfit.
it. Anyway, it's great.
Thank you.
At least you're on a phone doing something. Doug Ford can't even do that. Take that and run.
Poor old Doug's, man. He's all overwhelmed and crying, and I feel bad for him. Not because I think he's a good person, but because I just, as a human, feel bad for that guy. He's
Okay, when you're at the point of tears as a leader, as a human male, go ahead, cry your head out. But as our leader, step the fuck down.
well, I think he's just over his head. He doesn't know what's happening. I mean, I think crying is
Step
beautiful.
down.
You can cry and
Find someone who can just take the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
and I think crying is a sign of strength, right? I don't think it's a sign of weakness, but
Not
unfortunately,
in a leader. I can handle it in any of my friends, all of them. But there's something in me. I want my leaders to be calm and I don't know, stoic.
I have no problems if my leader
I
cries.
didn't get my buck
My
of beer
problem.
either. We never got our buck of beer, and now he's crying.
You did get a buck of beer. You didn't see a buck of beers in the liquor stores?
Nowhere.
They're gross. They're dumb and they're no name. They're called
Gross.
no-name
No,
beer.
I want the beer I like to go down to $1.
Yeah. That's why.
No, I don't drink enough to really complain about that.
No, I don't agree with any of Doug Ford's policy, but I did feel for the guy as a human being when he started to cry. He's crying because he's fucking over his head. He should not be in
Yeah,
the
he's
position,
overwhelmed.
and he should be out of the position. He shouldn't be the premier. Absolutely not. But there was something that I was like, oh fuck, we fucked him up.
I
Sorry,
think
Doug.
he might have also been pulled and pushed in directions that we have no idea. I never want to take that role
Totally.
ever,
What
let
do you
alone
know?
that role in a
Shit was
pandemic.
happening, you know?
Me
And
neither.
so it doesn't matter who you are, you know, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't in a pandemic like this. It doesn't matter who would have been leader, they would have fucked something up.
Any amount of deaths now are going to be held against them. Like this many people died under his administration.
Yeah,
For sure.
And they
So-
would have died regardless of who was in there, but that's what's going to happen.
like people are literally accusing him of murder. So
Crazy.
who knows how many deaths.
Well, he didn't follow any of the his science advisories. So like he literally just fucked up huge.
Well, here we are.
Here we
Let's
are.
get more power. Let's get our economy back. I want comedy back. I want you back on a stage telling me jokes
Me too,
like
dude.
it was.
It's gonna
Even if
happen.
it's at another venue at this point, I don't care. I want to hear all the new stuff, all old stuff. Anyway, fuck. We'll
I
get
love
it
you.
back. We'll get it back. Thank
Hopefully
you.
we'll see you soon.
I love you guys so much. This was so
Thank
sweet
you.
for me. Thanks for hanging out.
You
with you.
guys,
Thanks for coming. Take care. Follow Adrienne Fish, everyone.
Adrienne Fish, everyone.
Follow
Yay.
me to the moon.
Oh my God, that was fun. I went so fast. Boom, boom, boom. All three.
Yeah.
We're going there.
Good show today, guys.
Oh my God. Well, that's the show. I was going to do one more clip before we go because, this is sometimes some of the things that I do to try and like help myself get always laughing, especially when I'm crying. There's 3 things that I look up on YouTube. I know YouTube, there's other ways, maybe Vimeo, you could do it if you don't want to do YouTube, but I love watching cats freaking out first off.
This
Or
one?
if you watch, no, hold on. I'm just gonna say the 2 things and then you play the third one. Sorry.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, it's like just keep it on there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry, I'm high. I didn't tell him this part. This is like an add-on. Okay, so I watch like cats freaking out. So you see compilations of cats freaking out, cats with cucumbers. You see them bouncing around, like attacking shit. Cats and dog shaming videos where the cat and dog like done something fucked up. Sometimes they'll hang like notes around their neck
Oh my god.
and read out what they did wrong. And it'd be like they destroyed a couch or like all the linoleum in a kitchen floor. And the dog's face is so cute. I can't not laugh. Like, how can you not
Oh my god.
laugh? Because obviously, you know, that dog like isn't getting that shamed.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. And then the other thing I like to watch is swearing parrots, guys. So we're gonna end this podcast with my favorite swearing parrot. First off, before this goes on, I just want to say Pebble is a rescue parrot, and the guy who's rescued him got him as a swearing parrot and is rehabilitating him, but he has these epic freakouts, and it's hilarious. So guys, here's Pebble, the swearing parrot, to make you laugh at the end of the night. Thanks for supporting the podcast.
Hit that like button.
Pebble, hit it. Where is it?
What?
Oh my god. What?
Oh, I don't.
Oh my god.
Gets worse.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Fuck the army.
Whoa.
oh, I don't know.
Oh my god. Who did this to this animal?
What?
This part I like. Hold
I
on.
can't even believe you. Hello.
Oh my god, I love that end bit. Like I say, fuck him one more time. No, obviously, like he lived in a household where people were fighting, and he
Oh
would
my-
pick up like
Yeah.
the lingo of somebody who was. Anyway, he's a rescue
You love the
parrot, as I said
Sopranos?
that, and you can hear the guy go, "Oh, he's so patient with them." But yeah, sometimes I go to their but that's the only one that has like the writing on the bottom. He has lots of
Yeah,
epic
yeah.
freakouts, but anyways, guys,
Amazing. Don't forget to hit that
Laugh.
subscribe button. Leave us a comment as well.
keep watching Puffcast. Subscribe, yes, as he said, and watch for our posts. Thank you for supporting us. Make yourself laugh, and we'll get through this.